Hi, we're just getting started with our lunch and learn today. The topic is for today's lunch and learn is two language learning resources that we offer here at the library. One is Mango Languages and the other one is Rosetta Stone. So this is a webinar format. So we will not be talking just openly about the resources, but you are welcome to type questions in the chat feature, or you can use the Q&A feature also, and then I will make sure to answer questions along the way. Or you could raise your hand, just if you want to ask your question, prefer to ask your question out loud, you can raise your hand in that chat feature and I'll open up your microphone so you can ask the question. I will spend about 20 minutes on each database and then we'll kind of review anything that anybody has questions about at the end. So let's just get started right away. So right now you should just be seeing my Lunch and Learn logo. And I'm gonna go into the area where you find our databases, which is on our website. So let me move over to that. Okay, so by the way, welcome everybody and thank you for joining in. And we do these lunch and learns like twice a month. So the next one will be, they're on Fridays at noon. I'm really interested in whether this is timing that everybody likes. We wanted to do something that wasn't necessarily always in the evening when people have other things going on. So we kind of thought these Friday noontime things might be a possibility for people. So I'm interested in your opinion on that, whether this works for you or if you have a suggestion of when you would rather have a program like this. The nice thing about these is that I'm recording it so that it will be available on our website later. So that's the reason kind of for our webinar format, so that it's more of a video that could be watched anytime rather than a conversation among all the participants. So the next Lunch and Learn is set up for November 20th. That's 2 weeks from today. And we'll be actually going over not a database, not a typical database. We'll be going over our library catalog itself and everything that's available, how you search for things in our catalog, because we know that people have lots of questions about that, and there's some great tips that can help people be more successful in searching our catalog. So that will be next time. So today we're talking about language learning, and you should now be seeing our databases page. I'm going to go back to our homepage of our website, which looks like this. We will be getting a new website, we hope soon. We've been working on that and it should be coming soon. So for now, this is our homepage. And then up here at the top, you can access our databases as well as from reference and research databases. Either way, I'll get you to the same place, which is to this page right here. And this covers all of the subjects, subject areas of our databases. We have dozens and dozens of databases that we subscribe to. So we'll be going into the language learning ones today. And here you will find 4. Gale Courses does offer some language learning, and those are more like classes that you enroll in. They're 6-week-long classes where you have an actual instructor and you have homework to do, usually 2 assignments every week, 2 lessons a week with assignments, and even a test at the end. So you get a certificate at the end of a Gale course. And they do offer the like Spanish, some Spanish, Italian, Japanese, sign language kind of things. There's also Muzzy Online, which is for children. So it's the ones we're talking about today, though, are going to be Mango Languages and Rosetta Stone. So I'm going to actually start with Rosetta Stone because I think people out in the in general population, know Rosetta Stone. You hear that they spend a lot of money on advertising, and you hear about Rosetta Stone a lot. Another one I hear about lately is Babbel. If you listen to the radio at all, they have a lot of ads for Babbel, which is an app, language learning app. So a lot of people come in and ask for Rosetta Stone. We now do offer this Rosetta Stone Library Edition, or it's called Rosetta Stone Library Solutions. So it's like Rosetta Stone's version that they adapted for public library use. So I'm gonna actually do the same language in both Rosetta Stone and Mango Languages, so that you could kind of see the differences between their styles of learning. So for the first time going into any of our databases, you will need to have your library card handy, and you will need to not have any big fines on your library card that might prevent you from using our online resources. So the first time that you would be going in here, you would be doing this is all you're providing now. I'm sorry, before you get to this point, you're gonna is where you're gonna be entering your library card number. I am in the library, so you don't kind of see that part of it when I'm doing it here inside the library. So I am gonna go ahead and put in the username and my email address that and username that I set up previously. I remember all my passwords. And this is where you would be choosing your language to learn. So they do offer 30 languages, and I'm gonna go with German. Here, I'm gonna go with German and just show you the differences between Rosetta Stone and Mango Languages. You can change your language to something else if you decide you want to learn a different one. You have to then log out and then sign back in to do it with Rosetta Stone, but you can do that. Okay. So this is you might get to this page and think this is a mistake. It's not. It's not a great intro page to Rosetta Stone's library version. But you are going to click up here on Launch Rosetta Stone Foundations. And that will then bring you in. Again, remember that you may have some prompts here to enter your library card number. I don't remember if it comes before you come to the main Rosetta Stone page or right at that point. So it also is asking permission to use my microphone. So I'm going to say allow, because these language learning resources do allow for you to speak, and have your voice recorded so that you can compare it with how the native speaker said the sentence or the phrase. I don't use that part of it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here you can then select your level. So select your course. So this is for German level 1. And it gives you all these descriptions like extended with reading intro, standard. So I'm gonna go with the standard version for this. And I'm gonna apply the changes. Okay, so then I'm like in my lessons. I'm seeing where I'm like the starting point. Here's Unit 1, Language Basics, Basic Sentences. And I can see that there's going to be 4 lessons, and it tells me exactly how long the lesson should last. I can click on this up here at the top where, I'm going to, hold on one second. Let me put on my spotlight here, so maybe you can see that better. So up here where it says Show Menu, I can click on this and it shows me the overview of all the lessons that I'm in my lesson plan for learning German. It's got 20 units and it shows me exactly what the topics are going to be covered over the course of those 20 units. I just wanted to mention, if you're joining us now, please feel free, if you have questions, to type them in the chat, and I can get your questions that way, or the Q&A is fine as well. Okay, so back to the, you can't jump ahead into another lesson, but you will have missed some things that were built on previously. But so personally, I would think that you would want to go, if you're starting out with the beginning German class course, or whatever language, that you would want to start from the beginning and just go through that way. But there may be reasons that you want to switch ahead, and you can't jump ahead. Okay, so let's start with this core lesson. I'm going to start this so you can kind of see what they do. All right, make sure my audio is on. This is so that I can hear. It's a little slow. Okay. I can choose the voice type that I like. So I'm going to choose an adult female. Okay, and they're going to make sure that my microphone is set up properly. If my microphone's not working on here, I'm not going to worry about that, because personally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it is. It's all set. So you would get those same prompts at home, wherever you're using it. By the way, this is offered as an app too, so you can download the app and do it on a mobile device as well. Okay, so we're going to kind of just go through some of these lessons, and so you'll see how it progresses. So it wants me to say Guten Tag. Okay. Guten Tag. Okay. Guten Tag.
Tag. Guten Tag.
Okay. So it wants me to say, I'm not going to spend all the time responding to the things. I'm going to skip ahead. Guten Tag. Okay, I guess it's saying that I'm not saying Guten Tag. See, okay, I'm usually turn this part off. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn off, if I can do it, dismiss. One second. I'm going to go into my settings, and I'm going to let's see. Sorry, one second. Cancel. Okay. I'm going to say don't allow on that. Okay. I'm going to do this without the microphone. You can do it where you're talking into the microphone and it's comparing your speech with their speech. Personally, I don't want to do that, because maybe I would do that later down the road, but for now I just want to focus on like what the lessons are like. So I stopped that. That should let us just go through the lessons a little more quickly. Okay, continue. Okay, I'm going to continue without speech. Thank you. Okay, so I'll still be able to hear what they say.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Okay, so you should be hearing that.
Guten Tag.
Okay, so then
Die Frau.
it's
Der
gonna,
Mann.
it uses
Die
pictures
Frau.
to have you identify and learn the vocabulary. So now it's told me what die Frau and der Mann is, and now I need to choose where. Here's my question up here at the top. Die Frau, which one is die Frau? Is it this lady down here, or is it this man here? Okay, so die Frau is here.
Der Mann.
Der Mann is here. Okay. Then it's going to go into the next step. So now we're learning about children.
Das Mädchen. Der Junge. Der Junge.
Okay. I know somebody asked how to get to Rosetta Stone, and I will go over that again shortly. I'm going to do about 15 more minutes with Rosetta Stone, and I will go back to how you get into this, where we are now. Okay, so now it's told us what a girl child is and what a boy child is. So which one, now we have to answer the question, der Junge. So here's der Junge
Das
and
Mädchen.
here's das Mädchen. Okay. And I'll show you what, okay, so now we're learning die Frau and
Die
der Mann.
Frau.
Der Mann.
Okay, and anytime you see these,
Das Mädchen. Der Junge.
anytime you see these signs here, you can click and
Das Mädchen.
hear them say it again. Okay, so
Das
now,
Mädchen ist.
so you can see how
Das
it's sort of
Mädchen
building and
trinkt.
learning. So das
Der
Mädchen
Junge
ist,
ist.
and okay, so now we have to surmise from the pictures what they're talking about. So das Mädchen ist the girl is eating, or a girl eating. Das Mädchen trinkt is drinking. So der Junge, we know is a boy. Der Junge ist, it would be the boy is eating.
Der Junge trinkt.
Okay, and there he is drinking. So it builds this way. Now we're going to probably see men and women. Okay.
Der Mann trinkt.
Der Mann trinkt would be here.
Die Frau isst.
The woman eating is here.
Der Mann isst.
The man is eating here.
Die Frau trinkt.
Okay, I'm going to do one wrong now. And you'll see the Frau, that's the woman's drinking, but I'm going to say the man is drinking. So it gives
Die
me a
Frau
wrong.
trinkt.
Okay, so I'm going to try again. Now I got that right. And then I'll show you how they score all this or how they track all this
Das
for you.
Mädchen trinkt. Der Junge trinkt. Das Mädchen isst. Der Junge isst.
Okay, so you kind of, okay, so now we're going
Die
to
Frau isst.
just kind of a lot of review. Now you're seeing it without the words, so we have to listen to what she said. I can hear it again.
Die Frau isst.
Die Frau ist, so that's the woman's eating.
Der Mann isst.
The man's eating.
Das Mädchen isst.
The Mädchen is a girl. Mädchen's eating.
Der Junge isst.
And the boy is eating. Okay, so they do that without the words as prompts. You're just listening.
Der Mann trinkt.
The man's drinking.
Das Mädchen isst.
Das Mädchen is eating.
Der Mann isst.
Der Mann is eating.
Das Mädchen trinkt.
Okay, I'm going to do another one wrong. Das Mädchen, I'll say this guy. No, that's wrong.
Das Mädchen trinkt.
Das Mädchen trinkt. Okay. Again, I can. Okay.
Das
So now,
Mädchen rennt.
now we're moving on to other verbs, other besides eating and drinking. Now we're moving on to running. And let me see, you can click on this, what's it called? Magnifying glass. I was going to say microphone. We can click on this magnifying glass to see the words bigger. We can see it in English by clicking on that button. Just this back and forth arrows button shows us in English what they're trying to say. And then we can
Das
hear it
Mädchen
again.
rennt.
Okay, and down here at the bottom, you'll see that we're keeping track of where we're at in this particular lesson. And down here at the bottom with the 3 dots, it's showing how many I got correct, how many I got incorrect, and how many I skipped. Okay, so, okay, and I can also, show answers here, hide answers. So I'm gonna go, you kind of get an idea how that is progressing. And I'm gonna go into up here at the top where it shows what you're logged in, your username, what you're logged in as, and then the language that you're learning. I'm gonna go into, just show you the other features of what we're seeing here. Under edit profile, this is where you can, this is stuff that you would wanna set up in advance, or as you just start using Rosetta Stone, your support language. So if you are learning German, but you are a Spanish speaker, then you would want to change this so you're getting your support in a different language. Okay, and then you can also change other things in here, change your username or your password or edit your sign-in info there. And then under my achievements, this is showing this Rosetta allows you to earn stamps along the way. And this is sort of an incentive to keep going and continue learning. It's showing me I've only earned one stamp so far, by a profile, completing my profile information. But I'm going to look at this by category. And here I'm going to see that kind of an overview of all the lessons I'm going to be learning in the German language. So I'm going to be learning about anatomy, animals, arts and entertainment, bakery, goes on and on through different areas. They even give you stamps for coming back soon. So continue, being more consistent with your learning, you get stamps for that. They have later on in the lessons, there'll be more conversational stuff where you have the opportunity to have conversations back and forth. They even have correspondence. So I think it's just, about typing rather than conversing, but typing messages back and forth. There's current events, days of the week, all kinds of things this goes through. You can see that they're covering a lot of material. And then there's also the live tutoring that will come later in the lessons. It shows you exactly where you're going to have that. Like, let's see, attend both live tutoring sessions for Unit 1. So Unit 1 is going to have some live tutoring and so on. Okay, so that gives you details there about it. And there's a lot, oops, I'm going the wrong way. I know it's probably making you dizzy, me scrolling through like that, just to kind of get an idea of all the different areas that you're going to be touching upon. So that, I'm going to go back to my learning again, and then, oops. Okay. All right, I'm going to go back. So this is again where I'm at. I can just continue my progress here. If I were to stop, go, that was my enough for the day, I could just stop here. And when I come back, I'm going to log back in and come to this screen and be ready to go. You can look ahead at the other lessons. You can do you can jump ahead in lessons again, but I only imagine that if you're finding this too easy, then maybe, yes, you do want to go jump ahead. But you're going to be covering content here you're going to probably need to build, that will be built on later. And again, this is just Unit 1. And then you've got, in this language for German alone, you've got 20 units in total. I want to click up here again on the top where it says extended learning. Hold on a second. Extended learning has a phrase book and an audio companion. So the phrase book is a chance for you again. I'm going to say aloud here. This is a chance for you to hear a native speaker pronounce the common phrases and then practice them, saying them yourself. So these are just practice things, kind of, where you
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Okay, and then I could click on the microphone and say, Guten Tag. Okay. Again, I don't like I've used Mango Languages, and I haven't used Rosetta Stone a lot before, but Mango Languages I've used a lot. I never use this microphone feature. To me, I don't really need to see how my voice compares with what they're doing. I don't really, but maybe you like to do that, and you could do that using this. I'm going to scroll through again. So this just takes you through
Guten Morgen.
kind of reviewing all the different
Gute Nacht.
all the different phrases that we
Wiedersehen.
learned. Okay, that was part of extended learning in the phrase book. and it shows you again the categories. So those are things that you can just go through and review and practice with. There's also then this audio companion where this is things that you can download actually onto your mobile device. So onto your phone, or they're MP3 files, so you could download them onto your computer actually. So if I want to download materials in German, oops, I can click here. Wait, I did this on my other computer. Hold on a second. Download. Why isn't it letting me download? German. Missing something here. Okay, you can do this because I did, maybe it did download. I did download on my desk computer, in my desk. Let me check downloads really quick. No, okay. Well, I'll have to get back to that one for you. I'm not sure, but you can download files that you can then use on the go and practice with as well. But there is an app as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go, sorry, out of this. Okay, so we're back here again and back to the learning area. If anybody has any questions or wants me to go over something else here, let me know. These lessons are broken down, as you can see, into like a core lesson and then pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. So each lesson includes those things where this one also has listening, it also has writing. So that's kind of how they break down each lesson, and it keeps building on itself. So I'm gonna now go into Mango. It doesn't mean we can't come back to Rosetta Stone if anybody wants to see more about Rosetta Stone, but I wanna kind of show you how it compares and differs. I'm gonna go out of here and come back to our website really quick, just to show you how I got to Rosetta Stone in the first place. So that was from our homepage, going to the databases link right here, or under reference and research databases, which brings us to our main page for all of our subject areas for databases. And we're in the language learning. And then I was in Rosetta Stone. One second. Okay. And just clicking into Rosetta Stone, you'll see there's a note here too that you need to log in with a valid email and password on the next screen to access Rosetta Stone. Okay, so I can't simulate that here because I'm in the library, so it's giving me in-library access. If you have any trouble getting into this, please just email me and I'll type my email address right here in the chat feature. Email me if you have any trouble getting in. It would be, I haven't heard of anybody having any trouble. I know Rosetta Stone gets used a lot, so shouldn't be any trouble. It's just a difference getting in from inside the library versus outside. So again, Rosetta Stone has 30 different languages that are available here in this library solution edition, over 200 hours of instruction per language. Some other facts about Rosetta Stone. It says that learning is structured around core lessons to build reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills, and also includes focused activities to refine grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and more. Okay, so that's kind of that. Now, Mango Languages, Rosetta Stone we've gotten more recently based on people asking for it, because you hear about it on the radio and on TV and advertisements, so people know about it and think that it's the best. Okay, well, maybe it is. I'm not like an expert in language learning resources by far, but we have had Mango Languages here at the library for many years. I want to say at least 5 years. And I really like this, the way they structure their learning. So I think they give you a little more, like you feel like you have a better idea what the big picture is. And to me, that's important. So this is, now I already, I'm gonna log out of this. So you see from, I was already in it. When you first click on Mango Languages, you're gonna be coming to a screen like this. And this would be where you can either, log in, you've already been in, you're just gonna log in again. You could use it as a guest. And when you do that, it's going to bring you, yeah, no, it won't. As a guest, it's not going to ask you for your library card number, I don't believe. You can use, actually, no, it probably does. I take that back. You're still going to probably have to put your library card number in. But you can use it then without using your username and password. And that would then, the problem with that is that it's not going to track any of your lessons. It's not going to keep track of what you did. So I'm in it right now as a guest, and I can use it this way, but I won't have any tracking of what lessons I completed. So I'll just show you quickly, though, that you have access to all of these over 70 language courses. So there's a lot here. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to click out of this actually. I'm going to go back in. Oops. Oh, okay. I want to log in now. Let me click here. I want to get back to the, let me think for a second on this. How can I get back in to show you how to log in? Okay. It might be, no, I don't think it is. So sorry about that. I'm not sure how I can log in with my information now. Maybe it'll let me do it. So I'm going to go to German and just show you. Okay, it shows me here as a guest user. I'm going to log out here as a guest user. And then here, okay, now I'm back. Now I can log in with my information. 1 second, which I had set up previously. Okay. Okay, so here's like your home screen for your language that you're learning. And what I like about this is that you get, so you can see what your main units are going to be. There's 5 main units, but then within each unit, so here's our unit 1, there's 4 chapters and there's 60 lessons that are lesson. Unit 1 is comprised of 4 chapters with 60 lessons. And, the lessons are salutations and small talk, connections, community, and lifestyle and ambitions. Oh, okay. Oh, those are, I'm sorry, I'm reading the unit names. So the chapters for the introductions are listed here. So Chapter 1 has 13 lessons. Chapter 2 has 13 lessons. Chapter 3 has 10 lessons. Chapter 4 has 16 lessons. It also includes listening exercises, reading exercises, and a recap. So there's a lot there just, within this first unit itself. So let's start one. You can see the difference. Also, I like that it tells you your goals. So in the goals of this first chapter are conversational goals and some grammar goals. So you can kind of look to see what are you learning about. And then I'm going to click on, I can either click this start button here, or I can just do resume learning up at the top here. And this will bring me back to where I was.
Now, how do you say the evening?
Okay, I'm going to go back all the way to the beginning. So I'm just going to slide this bar up at the top back to the beginning. And we're gonna go, this is how a lesson would start. So this is Unit 1, Chapter 1, Lesson 1. Tells you what the goals are. And then I can click on the start button.
This chapter will teach you to have delightful conversations like this.
Okay.
Guten Morgen. Das Frühstück hier ist lecker, oder?
Ja, es ist wirklich lecker. Gehen Sie heute ins Museum?
Nein, ich gehe zum Markt.
Gute Idee. Das Wetter ist schön heute.
Deutschland ist schön im Mai.
Na dann, viel Spaß.
Danke. Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Don't worry if the conversation seemed difficult. We'll lead you through it part by part.
Okay. So you get an idea then. Maybe it does seem kind of overwhelming if you're brand new to German and you are, jumping into this for the first time, that that was kind of a fast conversation. But then what they do is you go through
Now,
literally
let's learn how to
piece by
say,
piece.
Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Listen closely one more time.
Guten Morgen.
Now, you can go through these at whatever pace you want, which is the nice thing. You can sit and listen. I can click on the word, any words that are highlighted. So you see that it's guten,
Guten.
or really any word, any of the German, the words in the other language, you can click on it.
Guten. Guten.
I can keep
Guten.
clicking on that 20 times if I want to really get the word down.
Morgen.
Okay. And then I can hear the whole thing by clicking down here.
Guten Morgen.
Oh, and I can do a voice comparison, which again, like I said, I don't like to do. But this is where I have to turn on my microphone and I would click the record button. It would say the words Guten Morgen, and then I would say the words Guten Morgen, and then I could compare. To me, that doesn't help me learn. That's not, maybe if I was really focused on my pronunciation, right now I just want to learn the vocabulary and the sentence structure and more about the language that way. But if you like to do that, then you can do that. But I don't bother with that really. Okay, so I'm going to click on don't allow. Oops. Okay, they are pretty good. I got to say, I think this Mango Languages is a really good platform, I would say. Like things work well. You don't run into issues with like it doesn't seem confusing to me. I maybe it works well for me. I wonder how other people think about it, but to me it seems like a really well oiled machine kind of thing. It works well, and if you have a problem, it'll tell you exactly what the issue is, kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to go next.
Now, let's learn the morning.
Okay.
Ready?
Der Morgen. Morgen.
Yeah, so you can keep clicking.
How do you say
I can
the morning?
Der Morgen, I would answer, and I can click
Der
on,
Morgen.
right?
Morgen.
So it's
Let's
kind of
learn how to say good.
Gut.
good.
Do you remember how to say good?
Good.
Gut.
How do you say the morning?
Der Morgen.
Der Morgen.
Do you remember how to say good?
Good.
Gut.
Time to put all the pieces together. How do you say good morning?
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Okay, so then,
Did you notice how gut changes in the phrase Guten Morgen? It becomes guten. Soon you will learn more about how these changes work. At this point, you only need to be aware of the change.
okay, so that's where this is what I feel is kind of a difference between Rosetta Stone and Mango Languages, is that I feel like they kind of maybe hold your hand more through Mango Languages along the way, and they're telling you what they're doing. If you like that, then maybe you like Mango better than Rosetta Stone. I like how they're sort of telling you what you're going to learn. You learn it, and then they told you what you learned, which I know, and teachers learn is the way you're supposed to teach. But if that's not something that you don't like this style, then you can decide between the two then, but that's what I personally like about Mango. So
Listen to the way you would
you can
say
keep going through,
the day.
and again,
Der Tag.
you could spend as much
Let's
time
hear
on
that
these as you
again.
want.
Okay, here's a challenge.
So
Let's learn how to.
I can skip
Now,
through and
how do you
through.
say
I'm going to get to
the evening?
I'm going to get to a
Now,
point where there's like kind of a lesson
here's how to
or a
say
test review.
Guten Tag,
Okay, here's
Guten Morgen, and Guten Abend are very universal greetings. You can use them with people you know well and also with someone you've just met. If you want to be more informed, Guten Tag, Guten Morgen,
okay, so there
and
are
Guten Abend
these
are
cultural
very
notes as
universal
well.
greetings. You can use them with people you know well and also with someone.
I'm going to click ahead.
Based on what you already know, how would you say, "Hi, good evening"? Do you remember how to say,
So then it
hello?
reviews with you throughout then.
Nice. Now practice. Okay.
Okay.
Now try to
I'm
say
going to skip ahead.
the day.
We're
Okay.
almost to the end of
Now
this.
try to. Now, how?
This.
Okay.
Okay. So here we're completed lesson 1. And you can redo those lessons as much as you want for review. I'm going to go to next. So then it's bringing me right into lesson 2. There are going to be like, you're sort of getting quizzed along the way on things, but there are going to be other kind of like quizzes and later in the units. Okay, let me make sure I'm covering everything. These buttons up here are just keyboard guides, so you can have where you can display the answers or replay slides, pause and resume during quiz slides, that kind of thing. There is, plenty of help and support offered that you can do. I know that they're good at responding to people. Under the settings, you can change your volume, turn the narrator on and off. So let me turn the narrator off for a second, because you can then go back. I'm going to go back to lesson 1 with the narrator off, so you can see a difference there. Maybe you find the narrator annoying.
Guten Morgen. Das Frühstück hier ist lecker, oder?
Ja, es ist wirklich lecker. Gehen Sie heute ins Museum?
Nein, ich gehe zum... Guten Morgen.
So we turned the lady off who was talking. Who's like, now we're going to learn this, and now we're going to. So we turned her off if you prefer to have that off. That was in settings. You can have her on and off. You can have closed captions. That comes in handy too, where there is. I'll show you the next thing too. Mango offers movies to watch in the language that you're trying to learn. And then there's a quiz timer that you can have on or off. So let's go back. I'll show you the movie part. They also do offer these specialty units. So they have one on Oktoberfest. In German language, you would imagine, you might think of Oktoberfest as being something. So they'll have like a whole section on things that are about the whole cultural event of Oktoberfest and words that are associated with that, vocabulary.
Gehst du dieses Jahr zum Oktoberfest?
Okay.
Ja, ich gehe auf jeden Fall. Letztes Jahr war so toll.
So there's that kind of thing. So you were kind of learning through conversations, I guess. I think of Mango languages that way. I want to find a place where there is, okay, up here under, we're in the learn mode right now. And in the explore mode, I'm going to click on that. That's where you will find some movies. There's just 2 listed here for German, but then also it's good to know that they're mature 18 plus movies, but you could then watch a movie and you could have the subtitles on and okay, I don't have my Flash player updated. Not sure if that'll show or not. Maybe not. So you can choose, we either watch it in movie mode, so you're just listening and trying to understand it that way, or in the engage mode where it's giving you it's giving you helps along the way, talking about the grammar, the dialogue, the culture, different things. So yeah, and this is where you would choose how you want your subtitles to appear. So Mango believes in learning that way by kind of immersing yourself into real conversation to understand it. And this is one way to do that through when you're learning virtually. Okay, and then under tools, this has a translation. You can, from any language to any language. So how do I say, where is the school in German? I can translate that and see, wo ist die Schule? So hopefully I said that correctly. So that's what's offered there. Does anybody have any questions about or anything that you want me to go over? Along the way, you'll see that the circle here for introductions, there's a teeny sliver of green showing that I have completed a teeny sliver or one lesson within that unit. So as you progress, you'll see it filling in more green, and then it will eventually be all green. I think to have a check mark in it like this is. So when I log into this for the next time, all I have to do is click on resume learning and it's going to bring me back.
Gehst du dieses Jahr zum Oktoberfest?
Actually,
Ja, ich gehe auf jeden
I'm in the
Fall.
Oktoberfest
Letztes
thing
Jahr
right
war
now,
so.
so it's bringing me there. But if I wanted to continue, I can also click around and continue that way. So I would now, I completed lesson 1, going on to lesson 2. I'm going to just show you really quick these other areas. So under listening, you can, it'll tell you, you can skip the tutorial here, or you can read the slides. So these are listening activities, preview the new words, and then preview the questions, listen and apply. Okay, so let's go to, I have not done this before, sorry. Okay, so this is where you can just, I'm not sure why I can't get into more. I have to look at that. I'm not sure why that's, oh, I didn't hit the start button, that's why. Okay. So, yeah, so there's probably a start button here too. Okay, down at the bottom, I'm not seeing my whole screen, so sorry about that. It's sort of cut off at the bottom with my toolbar, but.
Hallo Ulrike.
Hallo, gehst du
Okay.
heute zum Park?
Nein, ich gehe am Samstag zum Park.
Gute Idee. Am Samstag ist das Wetter gut.
Just gonna
Und
let this
du?
go all the way through.
Gehst du heute ins Konzert?
Nein, ich gehe ins Kaufhaus und ich kaufe ein Kleid.
Na dann tschüss.
Tschüss, viel Spaß.
Okay, so that was purely listening. You can click on the text button here to see what they were saying. So I'm gonna open them all up. Click, 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 click. I can repeat them.
Hallo Ulrike.
Hallo, gehst du heute zum Park?
Okay, so then I have like a little quiz here. So main idea, this is where I'm like assessing whether I was able to understand kind of what they were all talking about. So looks to me like they're going to a park to listen to a concert. Let's see. Okay, so what are the speakers discussing in the passage? The concert they attended. Oh, I was wrong. Nope, the speakers are talking about their plans. Okay, so so I was wrong on that. They're talking about their plans. Okay, I got that wrong. On what day will the speaker go to the park? Okay, so I'd have to listen more carefully to the conversation, but I believe it was today. Oh, I'm wrong again. Okay, what are the female speakers' plans? She will go to, I don't know, I didn't listen. They're not, no, not that. And what will the weather be like on Saturday? I think it's going to be cold. Nope, I'm wrong on that too. What can we infer about the speakers? That they likely know each other well, they've met for the first time. They're probably an employer and an employee at work. I'm going to say the last one. I'm wrong again. So I got a perfect score of wrong answers. So listening to the conversations again, obviously by now you would have been through the whole first unit of first whole lesson, and this is going to be you'll have a better chance of doing well on the test. So that's the one kind of test that they offer. I'm going to click out of that. Okay, I'm going to exit that. And you can do those again too. And then there's some reading, learn by reading, and it tells you about why that's important. Preview the content, read and apply. So it's going to be like the last one, but with reading rather than listening. So here is the passage. So you're going to read that and then take the quiz. Okay, and then I'm going to click out of that. Yeah, I'm going to exit that. And then there's the recap. Okay, so this will kind of go over then what you learned and what patterns were available or what patterns they were covering, comparing your voice and everything. Okay, so that's where you'll get the recap. I don't know how many slides that is, but you're going to get, oh, you're actually going through all those. Must be quite a few slides then. Actually, I'm not sure how many. 144 slides in the quiz, this quiz recap. Okay, so I'm going to close out of that too. And then this will help you then monitor your progress and then move on to the different lessons. So all in all, I'm trying to see if they'll tell you, oh, here's the placement test then too. The placement test, that's probably something that the purpose of that would be to take that at the beginning to make sure that you're you're starting out in a place that's good for you. So if you already have a little bit of knowledge in a language, you probably don't want to start out with, this is how you say the boy, this is how you say the girl. So that'll help you place you in a better place. So there are a lot of features to, oops, hold on one second, sorry, went way too far out. I'm gonna go back in. Okay, it took me back in because I had not logged out. So, yeah, so you do get, this is where you do, you get a lot of lessons throughout a language. It gets much more involved and detailed into different situations and different scenarios that they are offering. So like Rosetta Stone, I'm not seeing any more questions here. So just kind of to review, it's just different approaches to learning language. So whether you like Mango better or Rosetta, it's kind of just finding a style that works for you. I'm going to click back into Rosetta again, because you're getting, which one was I in here? Just different styles of learning. Personally, maybe because I've had more experience with it, I like the, oops, I like the Mango languages setup better. But then that would be for you to decide what you like better. Oops, I guess I didn't sign in correctly. All right, I guess that's not really important right now, but we're getting to the end of our time and I don't want to keep people longer than an hour. But I hope that you'll go in and check these out. Since we have just a couple minutes left, I'm going to also quickly show you Gale Courses, since that is part of language learning as well. If you wanted to take the whole 6-week course, you could do that. Again, this is something that you would set up an account in Gale Courses. A lot of our database resources are like that, where you will go in with your library card number, but then set up like a username and a password. That's the only way they have to track your progress. Mango Languages, I know, has when you first go into it, when you first sign up for the first time, you'll get a message saying that they do not sell your information to anybody. Mango Languages is used by libraries across the country, and I know that, I don't know if it was created for libraries, but it is is hugely used by languages across the country. So I think they have pretty good reputations for not, when you put in your personal information, you could be assured that your information's not getting sold to someone else. Gale Courses is like that as well. Gale is a publisher that we use for lots of our databases. They have an excellent reputation among libraries. They're devoted to libraries. So Gale Courses is where, again, you have 6-week classes. I'm going to click on language and arts here. Languages. So there's quite a few different versions. Like if you want to learn Spanish, there's Speed Spanish. There is Speed Spanish 2, Speed Spanish 3, and more. There's another page here as well. Spanish for the classroom, Spanish for medical professionals or law enforcement. So you have a lot of options here for different ways to learn what content to cover. And then what you would do, they have new classes that start every month. So here it tells you a start date of November 11th, which is next Wednesday. All the classes start on Wednesdays. You don't have to start up on that particular day. You could start within 2 weeks of that start date. So up to November 25th, really, you could sign up for that November class. They always start at that point. There's 2 lessons per week for 6 weeks for a total of 12 lessons. And then there's like assignments due each week. So when you sign up for one of these, you choose your start date, and then you enter your information here. I don't know if I remember mine offhand. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to start, and I don't remember what my password is for this. So, but you would sign up for the class, and then you could see who exactly the instructor is going to be. Let me go back to this really quick. You can see before you sign up, you can see all the information on who your instructor is going to be. Dan Michaels is a college instructor who's been teaching Spanish for 20 years. So he teaches this. And then you would have email communication with him, as well as ability to communicate with the other participants, the other students as well. None of this is done in live time. This is all done on your own time. So you could do these lessons at 3 o'clock in the morning if you choose to. Hold on one second. A lot of talking. But you can see the syllabus of what they're going to cover in each lesson. You can see what kind of computer system you would need to be able to operate this. It's not like you have to have the most high-tech current computers to make these things work. And then you can read student reviews of what previous students have said about the classes. So if you'd like to choose one of the Gale course, and you have any other questions about that, or want to talk about that more, I've already talked about it in one lunch and learn. Excuse me. But I'd be happy to review it again with you, one-on-one, over Zoom or over the phone or whatever. So since I can't talk anymore, and it's about 1 o'clock, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much, and feel free to contact me if you need help. Thank you. Bye-bye.